What's going on, guys? Welcome to my first Dragon's Dogma 2 build video. This one is going to focus on the Thief vocation, which is the assassin class in this game, which is usually what I go for. So let's take a look at the gear. First, we have the Dowsing Spikes, which is the daggers that you can buy using tokens, Seeker's tokens. And you can buy these at any of the vocation guild people around the map. This one kind of drew my attention because of the high knockdown power, which is one of the core elements of this build. And I was running the Ferme blades or daggers before this, which definitely had higher damage. I think about 100 or 150 more strength. But I don't know, something about the fact that these guys have that much knockdown power, in general, in comparison to any weapon, even like the great swords that I've seen around, it's like comparable to that. And the fact that it's a really fast weapon, just kind of got my gears turning and I was trying to see what I could come up with for this. So I think I found a pretty cool combination of elements. And that's what we're going with. This build is basically stamina management and knockdown power. And we're going for fast kills as much as we can. Then we're going to take a look at the headgear, which I recently found that you can actually equip 2 pieces of headgear. I was running the Gazer's hood before this, which is a pretty cool, aesthetically I think it fits really well, what I'm going for, this like stealthy sort of assassin build. But yeah, anyway, the benefits kind of outweigh the looks for this. Also I could wear the Prowler's kerchief, below this hood. And it doesn't, it doesn't show. It just because it also has a mouth covering piece. So aesthetically, it would look the same, but I just want the additional stat boost. And so that's the reason that I'm running this. The Twilight Star is something that you can buy with the Seeker's tokens as well. And I really like the fact that it's so lightweight and it gives you pretty good stats for it being as lightweight as it is. This one, I don't know, it also really fits well with the bandana kerchief thingy. I don't feel like I'm compromising too much as far as fashion. But anyway, I'm going with the Dwarven smithing style for this whole build. You're going to see the rest of my gear as far as armor goes. It's all up to one level of upgrade that I'll talk about later. But yeah, so this is the Rampart Breaker, which you can get from the armory guy at Batal. It's not the armory guy, but the guy that sells you all the outfits next door to the armory guy. And again, so it's from what I've seen, at least, because I've upgraded. Actually, I upgraded this same Rampart Breaker. I bought 2 and then I upgraded it with the Batali Smith because I thought it was going to be the better choice. But the bonuses that you get from upgrading, but Batali is supposed to be more strength, so more defense in this case for armor. And then Dwarven gives you more knockdown resistance or more knockdown power for weapons. But I honestly, as far as weapons, you can see the difference significantly, but for armor it was really negligible. Like I think the magic defense was the same, but the defense overall was maybe like 10 points more for the Batali, which is the highest one, and the knockdown resistance was significantly less. And in this game, knockdown resistance is more important because when you get knocked down, it just takes a long time for your character to recover and get back up, and then you just take a lot of damage, especially depending on your party composition. But anyway, the arena breaches is the sort of low body gear that I bought, and I got this at the volcanic island camp. And this is the one that I was talking about where I couldn't do one of the levels with the dwarf because the materials were different. They were more like end game or like post end game, and I couldn't, I'm still like really early in the game, so I had to do the Vermund for the 3rd level of upgrade, and yeah, I mean it's a good choice. I mean it's okay. You know, it gives you decent values and it brings down the weight a little bit for that smithing style. But I mean, in the end, once you upgraded with the Worm's Life or Dragon's Life crystals, for the final level of upgrade, it, you know, weight kind of becomes a non-issue because it cuts it down by half. So I don't know. Overall, I just really like these. I think that, again, they just fit the look that I'm going for. What I don't like about this, once you fully upgrade anything in this game, it gives the whatever it is, the piece of gear, it'll give it this like rippling sort of glow effect, and it's kind of annoying for, you know, darker outfits because you can really notice it. For lighter stuff or stuff that it's more colorful, you can, I mean, I don't think you can really tell, honestly, but for darker stuff it kind of looks it's distracting, and I kind of wish that there was a way to turn it off. For the rings, we're going to go with the Ring of Vehemence, and again, we're leaning into the whole knockdown power. I feel that with the rings, there's flexibility, especially because our knockdown power is so high. There's a lot more wiggle room for, you know, other rings that you would want to run. I think it wouldn't be as impactful as the rest of the build. You could go with the Ring of Momentum to give you more stamina. You could have like massive stamina if you had 2 rings of momentum, or, you know, any number of rings. Off the top of my head, I would say the Skullduggery, which is the one where you get bonus damage if you attack enemies from behind, which in this game you end up doing a lot if you climb on them, especially. It's easy to get that bonus damage. The Ring of Aggression, which gives you strength damage. What else? The Ring of Triumph, which is you can get that one with Seeker's tokens, and it'll give you like 100 more strength and 100 more stamina and 100. No, it gives you like more carry weight or something. And then there's the Ring of Quickening, which would be a great choice for this as well, to give you more, like 10% more stamina regen. And the Ring of Brawn, which I was running for a little bit, but I heard that it was maybe not working. So that one, you know, take it with a grain of salt. That one was supposed to give you higher damage, or like a bonus for if your, you know, carry weight is, or your weight limit, or, you know, overall weight class is low, and this build is extremely low. We're running a very low light weight class. Anyway, we're gonna go over the stats now, and this is my spread. So it's pretty good strength overall, especially for being the level that I am. 59 I think is pretty decent. Defense is also really decent, and then magic is, I guess, on the lower end. But yeah, magic defense is okay. Then knockdown power is pretty high. And just to give you a reference, I have my main pawn, which I had to get rid of, which that's the reason I can't show it here. But you know, it's just for recording some clips. Otherwise he would have been interrupting me, or, you know, not letting me showcase what I'm trying to do or show. But yeah, so knockdown power for which I'm running a, you know, pure Unga Bunga pawn, which is a warrior, and I gave him like the weapon that I could find, the weapon that has the highest knockdown power. And with everything, it being a weapon that's all about knockdown, I mean a vocation that's all about knockdown power, he's only about maybe like 200 more knockdown power, but he's significantly slower because he's a warrior, right? So just to give you a reference, as for the weapon skills, we're going with Concussive Leap, which is something that I really like for kind of repositioning if you get overwhelmed. It's just a nice get out of jail card. And then we're going with the Blades of the Pyre, which is one of the special abilities that you can get from the Nameless Village, which that's where you can get both of them. And we're going with Formless Feint, which is we're going to use in conjunction with this to negate that, you know, the explosion where you self-damage when you activate the Blades of the Pyre. Then we're going with Implicate next, because that one is just really nice for ranged enemies or just annoying be it archers or mages or anything that you can't get too fast, that's like sort of attacking you from a ranged distance, or even these harpies is actually, it's super useful for them, because as a fully melee class you kind of need something to deal with those enemies, and this is perfect. As for the also, I like that, like they're showing there in the little preview, that you can also, if an enemy is on the verge of being staggered, it can actually push him to the limit. For the augments, we're gonna go with Zeal from the Warfare. Let's see, what do I have? Oh, one cool thing I was gonna say, one of the benefits of what I did, which is going almost right after I got to Vermund, I went to the volcanic island to get the Warfarer, and I was playing with that class for a significant part of when I started playing the game. And as you can see, like, one of the cool things about that guy is that he'll give you bonuses for all the other classes, so you can level all of them up at the same time. And so classes that I've never actually touched or played with, I'm already level 4 just playing with the Warfare. But yeah, so it's just a good recommendation, because it'll give you a little bit of a leg up as far as leveling up all your classes, which can be time consuming. And with the, let's take a look at the augments next. Zeal, like I was saying, from the Warfare, gives you it reduces the stamina consumed when performing a weapon skill, which is crucial for this build, because we're going to be using that Formless Feint a lot, or at least for this version of the build, we're going to be using that a lot. Then we have Veracity, which is a magic archer augment, and this one is really, really important for this build, because it recovers a small amount of stamina when you deliver the killing blow to a target, which we're going to be doing this a lot. This build is all about fast kills, so we're going for the stagger or a knockdown, and we're going to break enemies' postures, and then we're going to get a crit and assassination. And so endurance is basic. It just increases your endurance, your stamina. And this you can get, I think, from the archer. And then dynamism, I think, is also from the Warfare. Reduces the amount by which weight affects your movement speed. Again, this is all about stamina management, so this is crucial for this build. It's just really good synergy with the rest of the augments, and it's really nice that you can build your character with augments from all the classes once you've started unlocking them. Then we have dominance, which is also really important. It augments your knockdown power. Again, we're leaning into, high knockdown power with this, and this is from the Warrior. So I think you can get this at level 8, I want to say. And then we have Pertinacity, which, again, good synergy because it improves your ability to break through an enemy's guard. And we're going to be doing a lot of guard breaking and, opening people up for criticals and just fast kills overall. And with all that out of the way, let's just take a look at how the build performs. Alright, so like I said before, we're going to be doing a lot of fast kills, so that's what we need the knockdown power for. This guy just kind of died before he could be posture broken, but as you can see already, the damage output is pretty decent, even though this is not the highest DPS, these are not the highest DPS daggers in the game, but this is, okay, there we go. Posture broken. And then quick kill right there. And as you can see, like the fact of all the augments that we have equipped, you can see that the stamina consumption is actually not really that bad. It's really everything just synergizes really well to mitigate stamina consumption. And then I'm almost full stamina most of the time, at least in these clips that I recorded for this, and it's just so cool. Like combat, like the fluidity of the combat, it's just so cinematic. I mean, difficulty in this game, if you're playing as you're supposed to play the game with like a full party, 4 people, so your main pawn and then your 2 hired pawns, it's pretty trivial, but like it could be challenging if you just fighting big groups of enemies and you're just by yourself. But like this Formless Feint is just it's just too good, you know. And normally you would not be able to spam it as much as I am without being severely punished, you know, by stamina consumption. But yeah, and this is where I was showing the, you know, for speedier enemies, like the concussive leap is great. This is one thing that I learned recently, which is that animation cancel from the little dodge. Oh, this is another thing that I was kind of talking about. So you want to find a group of enemies and then activate your formless feint and immediately just do that massive blast with the blades of the pyre, and that creates that big AoE explosion that will damage the whole, you know, group of enemies. These guys are actually not great for this showcase, these lizards, because they're for smaller weapons like the daggers, it'll make them flinch and kind of push you back when you try to attack their front. They're really weak for at least weapons that have like slash damage. That any weapon that's not blunt damage will be deflected if you attack the front, but if you attack the back, the tails, or if you're able to sort of make him go like belly up, their underbelly is exposed and is weak, and so that's what you kind of want to go with for these guys to deal with them effectively, as you know, lighter, you know, if you're running lighter weapons like daggers. And so here, yeah, I still get pushed back, but yeah, once you break their posture, it's easier to just get those crits. And this is another good way to deal with them, which is with that implicate. You just kind of make them, turn them on their belly, and yeah, that was the showcase for that. This is my, so I have this pawn on my other account that I'm trying to keep low level so it's more accessible to, you know, newer players and stuff. And this is, if you want to take a look and, you know, take him out for a spin. I actually took him out for a spin with this other character, with my main character that I was just showcasing, and he held his own actually. And I was farming, I was leveling up another class, the warrior, and he actually was able to deal with enemies really, really effectively. And I don't know, I think it's a good option for anyone that's trying to find a good, and he's all leveled up, so if you're wanting to find a good pawn for hire, he's probably going to be free or really, really cheap if you're starting the game and are trying to get something that's, you know, kind of dependable. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought about the build. I'm always interested in hearing what your feedback is, and that's going to be it for this build. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.